Hey, quick introduction. My name's Nikki and I play Pokemon. So, anyways, I have a fun team here. It's very physically oriented and it has a bit of combos. It's also pseudo trick room and it's just been popping off lately in ranked matches and I want to share it. The team consists of Whimsicott, Arcanine, Dragapult, Butterfree, Bronzong, and Snorlax. The combo most people are aware of is Beat Up Whimsicott and Justified Arcanine, which isn't new, but something few people expect is a Salac Berry Whimsicott with Fling, paired with not only Arcanine, but also Weakness Policy Dragapult. Fling being a dark move will proc Justified on Arcanine or Weakness Policy on Dragapult, and when you fling the berry, it's consumed immediately, giving them +1 in speed as well. Normally, Dragapult outspeeds Whimsicott, but our Dragapult is running a special set, so that way it goes before Whimsicott, and it allows Whimsicott to get the fling off, and allowing our combo to function. With the small combo introduction out of the way, I'll explain the rest of the team. Starting with Whimsicott, which is a basic spread of Timid with max speed and special attack, we run a Salac Berry for the previously mentioned combos, and Beat Up for when Arcanine will need more than just a single Justified boost, or if we already flung our berry. Moonblast is here to hit dragons and dark types for super effective, which are pretty common on the ladder, and so we have an actual attack and aren't useless. We run Tailwind instead of Protect here, because there will be niche times where preserving Whimsicott with Protect is more valuable, but getting Tailwind off and allowing it to faint can allow our team to further sweep. Most people will assume it's sashed, and because of that we can get away with going for greedy things, and so we slotted in an extra move, being Tailwind. This also pressures them because when Whimsicott enables our team and builds a threat, they have to now focus a monster we created, and Whimsicott can just Tailwind, throw off free Moonblast, or switch freely thanks to the breathing room our threat is creating if they don't knock out Whimsicott. Now, Arcanine is one of the main attackers for the team, thanks to Justified, and because so, it is jolly with max speed and attack. This ability enables KOs that normally would have never been possible thanks to how high we can raise our attack. We use Flare Blitz for Fire Stab to hit things that resist our other moves really hard. Close Combat helps deal with things Flare Blitz doesn't want to hit, or hit things harder like Snorlax or Tyranitar, and can turn to Max Knuckle to help boost the team even further. Wild Charge helps round off our coverage and lets us hit Gyarados for 4 times the damage as well. And to cover the stat drops that Close Combat can give us, and sometimes it's just not beneficial to go for Close Combat if it's going to lower our stats, and it gives Arcanine just a little bit more staying power sometimes, maybe. With all these recoil moves and taking damage from Whimsicott, even though it's not much, it all adds up. We use a Sitrus Berry because it gives us a bit more staying power, and it helps us just apply pressure longer. Up next, we have our other spicy sweeper, Dragapult. The combo I explained earlier allows it to do some crazy things when Dynamaxed, and even then it can still accomplish things without that thanks to its natural speed and power. Phantom Force and Dragon Claw are here for strong stab moves. Phantom Force can be used to stall out a turn of Dynamax if we outspeed something, since we disappear from battle for a turn, and just keep that in mind if the opportunity presents itself. I choose to go for Sucker Punch for our third and final attack because I like the priority in case we lose speed control or something just outspeeds us. The max moves this thing has access to, thanks to our move pool, have very strong uses for this team. The max dragon attack lowers the enemy's attack stat, which will almost always be useful in this very physical heavy meta. The max ghost attack lowers the enemy's defense and allows our physical attackers to hit back even harder, and the max dark attack lowers their special defense. And this has niche uses sometimes, like letting our Butterfree or Whimsicott hit things just a bit more harder, and it just really helps. With this Pokemon being so strong and versatile, I usually always pair the first 3 together because of the synergy they have, and add a 4th Pokemon that best fits the matchup. Speaking of our 4th Pokemon, we have Gigantamax Butterfree. we run a Focus Sash because this thing is extremely frail, and we want it to at least live one attack, and a Timid Nature with max speed and special attack. Forgot to mention that. Rage Powder helps draw in attacks to allow our team to attack or set up without fear of getting attacked. Sleep Powder helps this thing apply pressure if they choose to ignore it or if we outspeed anything, which isn't really hard to do since most teams are running Tailwind or Trick Room. If they Tailwind, we can use our own Trick Room user so Butterfree outspeeds them, or if they are Trick Room themselves, we are most likely faster than a majority of their team and we can get off some free sleeps before we get outsped. Air Slash is here for Flying Stab, and sometimes the utility of getting a max airstream off for +1 in speed can help us out in those niche times. Pollen Puff is here for the Bug Stab and the crazy utility it has. I didn't even know this thing learned this move until recently. We can use it to attack the enemy for just normal bug damage, or we can target an ally and it'll restore up to 50% of their maximum HP, which is pretty good. Another reason for running a bug move is so our Butterfree has access to its unique max move, Max Befuddle. This move does damage as well as give both enemies a random status, chosen between paralysis, poison, or sleep. I mentioned Trick Room earlier, and our setter is going to be Bronzong. I run a Relaxed Nature with max HP and defense with a Colbur berry. I gave Bronzong Heatproof for an ability rather than Levitate, and my reasoning for this is I assume Moldbreaker Excadrills will just be throwing out high horsepower anyways, since they ignore the ability, and many others might just assume it runs Levitate, and because of that, Heatproof just helps with its staying power, and it just lets it stay longer and removes our fire weakness. We have Trick Room for multiple reasons. One is to obviously help Snorlax sweep, but it can also be used to cancel out other Trick Rooms if we missed the opportunity to cancel it. Imprison is here to just prevent them from setting up Trick Room to begin with, and so we don't have to do the 50-50 guessing game predicting when they would use it, or like just turns like that. I added Ally Switch to help with the mind games and to help my sweepers avoid getting hit every once in a while. With Imprison, the set pretty much makes Oranguru almost irrelevant, so keep that in mind if you see it. Gyro Ball is here to hit fairy types really hard, and I see a lot of common fairies on Trick Room teams, and Bronzong is being used mostly to counter Trick Room teams, so I figured I might as well just fit it on there, just to make it even more of a counter. Finally, we have Snorlax. We run a basic spread of 244 HP, 252 defense, 12 special defense, and the reasoning is so when we belly drum, we heal from our berry thanks to Gluttony, and so we can take physical hits way better. Something to take note is we are not 0 speed, and we are also an Impish Nature. The reasoning behind this is so I do not speed tie with others running low speed, since 30 base speed is seen all over the place, and I can outspeed them outside of Trick Room. If we opt to go for our own Trick Room, it's usually because the enemy team just outspeeds us naturally, and we don't need to run very low speed to attack first since we are slow to begin with. Belly Drum is our setup move, where we sacrifice half our HP to get +6 attack and prepare to sweep. Since Gluttony makes us use berries early, we will be healed up right after using it if we aren't attacked. Facade is here for if we get burned, we aren't ruined and can continue to hit really hard for stab damage. Hammer Arm is here to help deal with other Snorlax, and the speed drop will allow us to be slower than other base 30 speed Pokemon if we fail to prevent their Trick Room, allowing us to attack first. Darkest Lariat is here so we can hit ghost types and we're not useless against them. It also just helps against hitting anything that can boost its defense or accuracy, although that's not really too common, but it's still there. There are so many leads and small combos this team has. I feel like it has an answer for most things. You just need to play accordingly and identify what the opponent's strategy is, and then pretty much flowchart your way to victory. Is their team hard Trick Room? Then start off Bronzong and Imprison first turn, or whatever teammate can help knock out their setter most efficiently. Do they not have anything that can actually outspeed Whimsicott using Fling? Then consider Whimsicott with either Dragapult or Arcanine, depending on what hits harder. Is there a team fast and going to set a Tailwind on us? Then try using Trick Room with Bronzong and setting up with Snorlax. Whimsicott got knocked out after setting up a Sweeper? Bring in Butterfree and support with Rage Powder. If we're slower, Sleep Powder if we're faster. Rage Powder while setting up or attack with Snorlax. Bronzong, Trick Room, and Gmax Befuddle. Whimsicott, Tailwind, Butterfree, Sleep Powder, or Befuddle. The team just has so many options and ways to poke holes in the other teams that aren't fully prepared to handle us. Like all teams, there's some Pokemon that can give us trouble, but I haven't really ran into something that legit made me feel like the game was completely unwinnable, and I think that shows that this is just a solid team. So with all that being said, I would like to thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I wish you good luck with the team. So that's it now, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.